All right. Today we're ranking the most hated types of LARPers. And trust me, there are a lot of different types. The ones who swears they an expert, the one who acts like he has known every celebrity their whole life, and even's femboy LARPers. Okay, I'm kidding about that last one, but today we will be ranking all these LARPers starting off with the expert LARPer. You know this person. You could literally mention any topic. You talk about cars, they're a mechanic. You talk about computers, they're a computer engineer. You talk about football, they're apparently a professional coach. You talk about space, suddenly they work for NASA. And the funniest part is when you actually ask them a difficult question, because that's when the expert mode suddenly disappears. You ask, okay, so how does it actually work? And they're like, well, it's complicated. No, it isn't. You were the expert 5 seconds ago, but honestly, they're not that bad. Sometimes they're actually knowledgeable, so they're staying at number 7. Next up, we've got sports LARPers. Now, sports LARPing is something else. These people will watch about 3 games, and suddenly they're the biggest sports fan on the planet. They'll start talking about players like they've known them personally for 20 years. Bro, I've been supporting this team forever. Forever? Bro, your account was created last month. And then they start throwing out random statistics. Yeah, he's actually got a 47.3%. Bro, we're just watching the game. You don't have to turn this into a press conference, and you can always tell when they're pretending to know what they're talking about, because they'll say something incredibly confident, and then immediately get corrected. That player has never played for that team. Oh, I knew that. No, you didn't. You just made it up. But honestly, sports LARPers can be pretty funny, so they're staying relatively low on the list. Next up, we got content creator LARPers. If you don't know what this is, well, basically you could just be speaking about a content creator one day to your friends, and then suddenly you hear in your ear, oh yeah, did you see that one stream of iShowSpeed last night? And you just know that person didn't watch the stream, and they will be glazing the content creator like crazy. But the funniest part is that you know they watch those clips of the content creator on YouTube Shorts. Honestly, YouTube Shorts is the worst thing to watch. TikTok is better, but not gonna lie. Content creator, LARPs ain't that bad, but I still don't like them. Next up, we got now these LARPers I personally hate a lot. If you a bit confused on what a Marvel LARPer is, well, basically they would claim that they are a Marvel fan, and apparently they know everything. Now, the reason I personally hate Marvel LARPers is because I'm a huge Marvel fan. I'm almost done reading all the comics, by the way. For those of you wondering where to read Marvel comics, go to Marvel Unlimited. You get a free trial, but what I do is I make a new email every time my free trial expires. I've been reading Marvel comics since 2023. Anyways, back to Marvel now. I've encountered a lot of Marvel LARPers during my life, especially at school. And oh my God, these guys are the worst. I've actually had a Marvel LARPer friend. He watched Deadpool and Wolverine without watching any of the X-Men films and none of the Deadpool movies, and this motherfucker had the audacity. So say Deadpool and Wolverine ain't better than the first and second movie evens, though he never watched it. And what even's funnier about these LARPers is that they watch leaks online about the Marvel movie, and they would come to school the next day and be like, yo, did you see how Hulk cracked MJ in the new Spider-Man movie? Speaking about the new Spider-Man movie, I have encountered another Marvel LARPer, LARPing Spider-Man. They didn't even watch none of the other Spider-Man movies except No Way Home, probably. And the worst part is, they didn't even know who the Punisher was. Anyways, I could yap about Marvel LARPers all day, but I gotta speak about the next LARPers, which is Michael Jackson LARPers. We have seen them everywhere these past few months now. I know what you wondering. ABT. You weren't even born when Michael was alive, which is true, but that doesn't mean I ain't a fan. Like, take a look at my Spotify. It's mostly Michael Jackson anyways. The worst thing about Michael Jackson LARPers, if that they only know a few songs of him, which is Billie Jean, Thriller, Smooth Criminal, and Beat It, and oh my God. They will act like they know every song of his, but in reality, they don't even know Stranger in Moscow, PYT, Man in the Mirror, Baby Be Mine, The Love You Save, ABC, Who Is It, Give In to Me, Another Part of Me, Blue Gangsta, In the Closet, You Rock My World, and Heaven Can Wait. There are more songs, but the list will be too long. But Michael Jackson. LARPers has to be the worst. Oh, and by the way, prepare yourself for what you about to hear. When I get married, I don't care how beautiful she is. I don't care if she is the most beautiful woman ever, but I will still like Michael Jackson more than her. Now, I know that is terrible, but hear me out though. Anyways, so that's my ranking of the most hated types of LARPers. We've gone from the harmless expert LARPer all the way to the absolute final boss, the person who LARPs everything. But this is just my ranking. If you think I got something completely wrong, let me know in the comments. And if I missed a type of LARPer, tell me what I should put in part 2. Because trust me, there are way more types of LARPers out there. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.